Hello, everybody, and welcome back to RIGT Network. I am P2 Guru, and today we are at Augusta National, the host of the Legends Tournament first major of the year. And this is the third and final part of our three-part tutorial series. And for the first part, we covered basic rules. For the second part, we covered club selection slash aim. And now we're going to talk about course strategy. So, a quick overview, course strategy for me is what sets apart the top players because aim, once you become a great player with aim, the only thing that you can really get better at is course strategy and how to manage your way around the golf course. So, I'm just going to be running through a quick 9 here at Augusta, and I'm just going to try and cover as much as I can. And on this first hole, this is a great example of angling. So what is angling, you might ask? So let's say we have an approach shot from right here. And we go up and look at that. We are cut off by a bunker. So if we try and eagle this, then our ball's going to end up in the bunker and we're going to make par at best, probably. But however, if I hit an approach shot from right here, you can see I have a little alleyway which I can go hit the ball in the hole and eagle it. So we want to give ourselves with our tee shot the best chance to eagle the hole as possible. So you'll see I'm going to take my drive down the right side here to give myself an angle at an eagle. So down the right side here. It's not going to go as far because it is in the rough, but you can eagle it now because you have the angle. So, based on, I think, probably a 7 iron, somewhere in this range. So, I'm just going to fire at it. And that was a terrible club selection, but my point being, you see, if that ball would have kept going straight, you can see we have a chance to eagle it. And there's nothing short of our path to getting to the hole. So it's a lot better than having an approach shot from this angle where you have no chance at making an eagle. You want to leave yourself the best opportunity. And from here, the lip might be a problem there, so I'm just going to take a lob wedge and try and take that out of play, and oof, unlucky. So this is probably going to be short with the short putter, so I'm just going to take a long, and yeah. Alright, so angling there, just trying to set yourself up, and I forgot to mention this, but before every hole, how to angle, more efficiently is you want to check where the pin is. Because, if you hit your drive right down the middle of the fairway here to right here, you can see you're not going to have an angle. So if you check where the pin is on the green, you'll know, okay, I have to have an angle from the right in order to have a good approach shot for eagle here. So that's just a quick tip on how to set yourself up to have a better shot at the hole whenever the pins are tucked. So yeah, I'll see you on the next. Alright, welcome to hole 2 here at Augusta, par 5 dogleg left, and I'm just gonna hit my tee shot here real quick, and oh no, it appears I am lipped. So normally what people would do here is they put the ball backwards, they hit a lob wedge, and it just goes nowhere but backwards. But what I'm gonna do here to try and advance distance is I'm gonna take a pitching wedge and try and angle it as parallel as possible to the lip so that I can still get some distance on it. Alright, that was a bad example. That one went out of bounds. But if I can get a better example for you guys, I think you'll see how much more beneficial it is to hit the ball parallel to it. So if you take if you just hit it straight into it, you see you can get some distance out of the bunker instead of having to do that. So with that being said, like I showed you, you do have to be careful where you hit it because if you take like a 3 iron, then it's just gonna, go way too far off to the side and out of bounds. So yeah, that's that. And then another example of angling here, this pin right here is tucked with a bunker, and there is open area to the right. So with my approach shot, or my layup shot here, I'm going to take a driver and hit it down the right. So now you can see I have a very clear shot for birdie. That's a great example of angling right there, because I had to pitch out. This is for my birdie, and I'm going to take a pitching wedge here. And hopefully it gets there. And no, my club selection is just a little off today, but we'll fight through it. But anyways, oh yeah, another pretty good example is if you ever like have a lie where you're up against the lip of a bunker like this and you cannot hit it just reselecting, what you can do is you can take a driver or a very low lofted iron and you can try and like chip it out. This is a very bad example of it because there's not a lot of room, but sometimes you're able to hit a driver and it will bank out like that if you need to, but from that scenario you would 9 times, like every single time, just hit a lob wedge right at the pin. But I thought I would show that because there's a lot of different ways to bank out of bunkers and escape them in general now that you can't drop them. So yeah, I will see you on the third. Here at the third hole at Augusta National. And I forgot these pins today were on hard pins because it was back when I used to do pin difficulty by day. So let's just take a look. Using angling, we are going to determine, and angling and just course strategy in general, we have to take the ball down the right half of the fairway here, and since the pin's on the far left, I want to ideally take this as far right as I can without going into the rough so I can still get some distance. So yeah, that's perfect right there. Great angle into the pin here. And I'm gonna try a pitching wedge and see if I can actually get it to the hole for once. Yeah, see, great example there. Able to eagle that one, and that just shows how much better angling is because, if you hit a tee shot that, I don't know how, but if you're careless and you end up right here, you can't go right at the pin because of this bunker. So, yeah, that is that for another example of angling, and I'll see you on the next. Alright, the fourth hole here, a par 3, and this is a good example of knowing when to take your medicine with course strategy. So, this is a driver hole for me, but you can see the pin is tucked right behind that bunker right here. And the only way to get onto the green and leave myself a shot is through this alleyway. So, sometimes you're going to have to accept you can't just hit the ball in the hole with every shot. And I'm just going to hit a driver left here and try and leave myself a makeable putt. So, this is kind of an in-between distance, but I do not want to go too long here, so I'm going to try mid. And, with this hole, sometimes if the pin's too far right, you kind of just have to take your medicine, like shown there. So, it can be kind of tough. And then, here's a decent example of bunker escape. So instead of putting backwards here, or just hitting a lob wedge straight into it. This is a great example right here. If you kind of take it fighting the slope here, it should come out perfectly fine. And then you can make your par from there if you do hit it in there. So you really just have to assess like how the angle and according to the hole of you is. So like if you try and go right at the hole here, it'll probably just kick dead right here or maybe get out, but you really just have to assess your lie before committing to a shot. But I will see you on the next hole now. Alright, here on the fifth hole at Augusta, and I do want to cover just a slight aiming thing here. So I do see a lot of people like to run into their ball like this. So let's take this for example. I'm going to aim just slightly right of the bunker here, and I'm going to run into the ball. So you see how that missed left into the bunker because running into the ball causes you to miss it left. So if I aim at roughly the same spot and hit a normal one, you can see it avoids both of them perfectly. So running into the ball is a big no-no if you want to be as accurate as possible. So I would highly advise against that. Alright, good piece of course strategy here. The second shot in here has a bunker pretty pretty big just behind the pin. So if I'm going to miss here, you want to miss short. You don't want to, fly this one by the hole and, just make a bogey because you're careless on your approach. But I'm going to try and hold this one. Yeah, see, I got lucky there. because I missed long there and I almost got punished for it by going into the bunker. And then I wouldn't have been able to make par or birdie, and I still can't make birdie because I hit it through the rough. So, with a green as big as this, sometimes you do have to just, play to the fat part of the green, especially on sloped greens because it gets a lot harder to there because you can't really read the greens from that far of a distance out. So, playing to the fat part of the greens, but right there, I had a very unobstructed shot, so I just took it on and I got lucky, and it didn't go in the bunker. So, yeah, you just really have to know, like, hey, when can I not go right at the pin? When can I not, like, go past the pin? When can I not leave it short of the pin? You really have to assess your threats with every shot. So, I'll see you on the next. Alright, hole 6 of course strategy, and this is a par 3, and as you will see here, there's a big bunker right short of the green here. So that means that I do not want to take my chances at flying this ball right at the pin because it might get eaten up by the bunker. So what I do notice here is there's a little alleyway right that I can just kind of slip my ball into, and I should be able to putt from there. Yeah, I mean, I'll take that, honestly. And then I'm going to play long putter here because of the lip. Because this lip right here is going to make the ball almost jump and it will lose speed. So, yeah. If I used mid there, probably wouldn't have gotten there, but par on that hole's not bad. So, I do want to see if I can show you guys a better understanding of the lip here. So, yeah. So, normally you'd think this would be a short putter, but since it's a lip right there, the ball got stopped dead. So, you likely have to go mid putter here to get it over the lip. And another thing, I see if I can get a good angle here. This is kind of hard. Right here, I guess. So watch carefully as my ball passes over the lip here. I'm just going to use a mid putter. I'm not going for the pin here. You can see it jumped slightly right. This goes back to what I talked about in episode 2. The angle, if you stand between you and your target, more room between your right shoulder here, that means the ball's going to go right off the lip. So reading lips whenever putting from off the green, that's a very great strategy. And when you use it and it works, it can gain you a lot of shots to the field because a lot of people don't know how to do it properly. So you just have to judge what's your angle in relation to the pin. So right here, pretty severe, so I'm going to aim like a couple cups out, and then look at that, dead center. You can see how the ball moved right because of the lip. So playing to the lip and playing to the course is a pretty big factor in shooting a lower score if you already have pretty good aim. So yeah, I'll see you on the next for another great example of course strategy. Alright, the 7th hole here at Augusta, and another great example of course strategy. Hole number 6 and hole number 7 here were the second and first hardest holes, respectively, here because of course strategy. People didn't know how to play it over that bunker there, so they just hit it right at it. They hit it into the bunker, they had to pitch out, they had to putt it, they didn't make it. So, knowing how to play to a course and its surroundings is imperative. So, great example here, the 7th hole here at Augusta. 3 bunkers, everything short. Bunkers short and long of the green are no good in RIGT because you're not worried as much about a left or a right miss. It's all long or short because of how much roll the ball gets. So, how would I play this, you might ask? Instead of just hitting it right into the bunker and praying I don't get lipped, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a 6-iron and I'm just going to hit it left. So that was a pretty unfortunate C-frame here, but another great example of course management here. Even though I got C-framed, I still have to try and make the best out of an unlucky situation. So what I would do here is I wouldn't want to take a risk, so I would just hit a lob wedge right over there and just have my putt for par, because if I go back here and I hit my lob wedge here. There's a chance it goes in the bunker. I don't think I was that close, but there's a chance that it goes in the bunker here, and yeah, I just didn't want to take that chance. So taking risks like that unnecessarily when you could just have a par on the hardest hole in the course is just unnecessary, and you'll see a lot of guys drop shots because they just try to take on bunkers that are just they shouldn't really be taking on, because it's just way too much of a threat for how much you could avoid by just playing out to the side. So that's a great example of course management, and I will see you on the 8th. Alright, welcome back, people. Hole 8 at Augusta National. Almost done with this video. And as you can see here, this is a pretty interesting tee shot. A lot of people have tried to hit it at that hole, but please do not do that. The hole is straight ahead. So we can just follow this fairway. Let's go ahead and take a look. So if we want to have the clearest approach shot, the best angle is going to be right around here. So I'm just going to fly right on back to my ball and just kind of turn 180 degrees. So that's going to be the best angle into the screen, but driver probably go through there. So just going to hit it right there, and we should have an amazing angle. Yep, look at that, playing to the course. So now we're going to take our club that we think will get there, and oh, so close, but we will take that all day, playing to the course's demands and making a birdie. And birdies will never hurt you. If you just birdie every hole, you're going to beat everybody. So, you know, you can't be mad at a birdie. I will always say that. And we're just going to move straight on to hole 9 here. So, very simple tee shot, but we do have to be aware of the angle. So it does look like we are not restricted by those left bunkers, so let's just take something right down the middle. I did run into that one because there's no threat, so I knew it would just be fine wherever I hit it in the fairway, left or straight. So another approach shot here, and judging on the fact that a 9 iron was short for good distance on the last hole, this one does seem further. I'm going to go 6 because I just kind of want to make it. So I am going to try and eagle it. Oh, great club selection, but just got lipped once again. Can't be mad at a birdie. So yeah, I think that's going to cover it for course management. If you liked this series and you found it helpful, make sure to leave a like, because I am looking into different ways of content that can help everyone out here and make the league more competitive. So well, I think that will wrap it up for now, and if there's anything I missed or anything you want to know, please let me know on our social server or in the comments. So feel free to let me know. I'm going to hit a driver into the sign, and I will see you all later. Thank you for watching.